Hey church, Pastor Gary here. Coming this week in Rock Hall. Hey, it's Wednesday. I just went around the hall here before I started recording, and I just got some pictures of some of the folks. You'll see them up here. Some of the things that are going on here on Wednesday night. It's a great night to be up here at the church office and see a lot of action, a lot of people. Thank all of those who are involved and make the ministry happen. It's great. It's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. On Sunday, we continued our study in the minor prophets, waiting with hope, as we look through the messages of these minor prophets as they look forward to the first coming of the Messiah. This past Sunday, we studied the book of Malachi, the last book in the Old Testament, a transition book that really closes out with a call to be faithful to the Old Testament, be faithful to the law, as we look forward to the coming of the Messiah. And as we dug through this text, we found a lot of things that were going on in the lives of people then that I believe are going on in the lives of people today. And chiefly that thing that was happening in the book of Malachi was apathy, spiritual apathy, just not caring enough to do anything, not caring enough to be involved, not caring enough to engage, not caring enough to pay attention to the details of our lives, of their lives. What we talked about real quick, how apathy works its way into our lives, and 3 ways that we identified it on Sunday. One is we get overwhelmed with too many options. Right? There's too much to care about. We can't care about it all. Secondly, it's hard to care about things you can't do anything about. It's easy just to kind of ignore them. And third, it's hard to care when you're comfortable. When you have everything you need, it's hard to care about people that don't. But how do we get out of this apathy? How do we break out of apathetic life, an apathetic life? How do we get out of it? How do we get out of that being stuck? Start by just doing what's right when you have the opportunity, just to do it. That was a big need in the book of Malachi, for people just to do the right thing, even if they didn't feel like it, just to do it. Secondly, we looked at our blessings, to see that it's not just stuff to be blessed with, but it's a burden to be blessed with. That God blesses us with a burden to care for people, to love people, to seek people out. That people aren't a burden, it's a blessing to care. We think it's easier not to care, but in reality, it's the easiest thing is to live with purpose. Life just sort of happens when you're living on purpose. And finally, the last thing to get out of apathy is to discover some righteous discomfort. Spend some time in the world, open our eyes to see the needs of people, and then respond to it. Discover some righteous discontent, as I said. So that's what we discovered in the book of Malachi. You can listen to it down below. Watch the whole worship service from Rock Hall Church is there. This Sunday coming, we're continuing in our study of the minor prophets. We're going to look at the book of Zechariah. It's one of the most quoted Old Testament books there is in the New Testament, right? It's quoted more often than anything else. So we're going to do that Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon, Sunday night. We have a continuing study. This is week 2 of our Living Faithfully study, which is a required step for this discernment process that we're in for the disaffiliation for Rock Hall and Wesley Chapel. Starts at 5 o'clock at Wesley Chapel, the fellowship hall there. You don't need the book, but if you have it, great. We're going to be in chapter 2 of that book, so please join us 5 o'clock. And then at 6, Rom Chapel's Christmas program kicks off at 6 p.m. I may be a few minutes late getting there, but it's always a great night to see the kids perform, and the volunteers and the kids leaders. They really do a heck of a job to make that happen. So that's all I got for today. Just as you prepare, I wrote a blog post and put it on our website, and I'll have a link down below of you know that Wesley Chapel and Rock Hall Church are going to be worshiping together for the months of January and February. If you didn't know, now you do. And I'll put a post there on our website to kind of explain the changes and the mentality, the intention behind the elements of our worship service that we're going to have moving forward. So remember, Christ is alive in you, and He wants to do something through you no matter where you are. All right? God bless you all. Have a fantastic day and a great week, and we'll see you this weekend. All right? God bless. Bye-bye.